All right, what is going on? Welcome back to another post game here on Rangers Central. I apologize for taking a very long time to get live tonight. Was in attendance at Madison Square Garden for the game. Hopped on Big Apple Hockey stream for a bit. If you do want to see more hockey coverage, go check them out. And yeah, great channel there. So we're going to talk about this game. They won 4-3 over the Capitals. I cannot say the bend them over stuff, unfortunately, because this game was a cardiac Rangers affair. The cardiac Rangers were in full effect tonight, making it a close game here, closer than way closer than it needs to be, especially against a team like Washington. But we're going to deep dive all of it. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications too. So how's everybody doing tonight? How are we feeling? Because I am feeling a lot of mixed emotions personally, because for starters, you win the game. That's huge. How could you not be happy that they're up 2-0 in the series? Till you also get PTSD that they've choked 2-0 series leads in back-to-back years. So now we have the uncomfortable wait for the next game to see if they could further pounce on Washington and expand on the lead. And then you also have the fact that they did struggle tonight against the same Washington team, and that's going to be problematic if they play that way going into game 3. The only thing that I will say is you have a coach behind the bench that has a completely different attitude. And it seems like he wasn't happy after the game. So maybe that's something that they need. Maybe this is a wake-up call. This is the type of win they need. This is the best case scenario possibly, where they win the game. It's sloppy. It's ugly. So you still get the win, but you learn your lesson and you move forward with it and you play better in game 3. You got to win game 3 and step on their throat going up 3-0. You defended home ice here. Let's go. At least split on the road, but I think it would be better if they could go up 3-0, because then you're in a spot where their backs are even further against the wall, and all of a sudden, maybe you could pull a sweep out, and even if not, if we don't want to get greedy here, you win in 5 and you at least split there. Going up 3-0 is way better than going up 2-1. That's all I know. So that's something that they got to do here. And maybe I'm crazy for having this much faith, but you look at the way that they beat this team tonight. What is it going to take for Washington to win is something that they probably are thinking in their locker room, because they played a better game at 5v5 than the Rangers did tonight. The Rangers sat back way too much and got way too comfortable in the third period, turned the puck over way too much. The turnovers were abysmal, and they still couldn't pounce on it. And the Rangers, tonight, it was the power play. The other night, it was 5-on-5. And I love that the power play found ways to score, because they need to get going. And I will say it does suck that a couple of the power plays, though, got negated because you have a delay of game penalty. You have the whole garbage of the too many men, which Gustafsson, both of them, what is he doing with both, especially that too many men on the ice? Why are you hopping the boards there? I don't understand it. You have the Kreider penalty too, which negated one, which is like, why are you taking that penalty? The Rangers have to stay more disciplined too. That's the biggest thing, because a lot of what they did tonight that ended up in the back of their net was because of what they did. It was because of the fact that they had a poor line change on the first goal. It was because of the fact that they gave Washington power plays, because Alex Wenberg made a dopey play and turned the puck over at the blue line instead of just dumping it in or bringing it back, letting the penalty killers get out on the ice, and that ended up hurting them a bit. And the penalty kill did get a little aggressive, which those are things you could fix at the very least. A lot of it being on themselves, they could fix. The thing that I don't like is the way in the third period they were getting beat on every loose puck, every board battle. Got to be way better than that in terms of a compete level with the board battles and stuff like that. And the game opened up a bit too much as well. So just things to clean up, a lot of slop, but you're up 2-0. That's the key. That's the most important thing. And you got contributions from guys you needed. Rosovic needed a big-time goal. You got a big-time goal. That tic-tac-toe goal where Mika Zibanejad picks Ovi's pocket, and then you get the tic-tac-toe with Keandre Miller. Charlie Lindgren squared up, still can't stop it. Charlie. His fuzzy little mustache came flying off right there. I saw it go into the rafters, and Mika Zibanejad picked the damn pocket. He was great tonight in general. This was a great game for Zibanejad, and he was one of my worries going into the playoffs. Man, has he been unbelievable. And 2 games in, let's see how it continues. But 2 games in, love what Mika Zibanejad has gave. So that goal was just beautiful. The Garden, that was the loudest I've heard a non-overtime goal in the playoffs at the Garden. That was electric. Outside of maybe the Philip Hedl goal from the shift. But regardless. And then as well, I love the fact that they missed the Mika Zibanejad tripping call. And then they score right away. Trocheck, beautiful deflection. Zibanejad needed the score too. Gets a goal. A lot of garbage from the officials yet again. And I'm not somebody that complains about the refs. What the fuck is going on at this point with the officiating? I want to know what's going on with the officiating at this rate because, and I'm not saying that's a one-side thing. I'm saying that from both sides, what is going on with the officials? Because I don't understand how Panarin gets hit right in the damn face. They don't call anything. Zibanejad gets tripped in broad daylight. They don't call anything. But that's what you should expect when it's Kelly Sutherland and Wes McCauley calling the games, right? So, are we surprised? No. Is it annoying? Yes. But I'm all over the damn map right now with this game. All I'll say, if I'm going period by period with this, first period, got off to a slow start. They got the goal, all foot on the gas, and they look good the rest of the way. Granted, a lot of it was also not played 5-on-5. This entire game was pretty much not played 5-on-5. It felt like half of it was played with a man power, one way or the other. Second period, probably their best period in terms of the way that they played defensively, I should say, because they didn't generate much, but I thought they played good defensively that period. Third period, sloppy for a lot of it. But again, you found a way to win, and Laviolette didn't like it. You're in a good spot right now. You're in a good spot. You got to pounce on this, and I know Washington's going to have the crowd behind them next game, but you did your job by taking 2 at home ice. You have to go in there and get 1, preferably game 3. So, yeah, in terms of anything else I have to mention with this game, I don't really know if I do, honestly. Really don't know if I do. I mean, in terms of how individuals performed, like I said, I love Zibanejad's game. I liked Keandre Miller again. I thought he had a very good game, especially defensively yet again. Schneider, I think, had a solid game as well. I liked Rosvik didn't get a lot. Rempe didn't get a lot either. That penalty that he took too. I know some fans think it was soft, but he can't be taking that penalty too. He cannot be taking that penalty either. A lot of what the Rangers did was them hurting themselves. The second line, I thought they were good off of the puck, weirdly, which is rare. But with the puck, not the same. And that's what's also giving me more faith going into things, is because the second line had an off night and you win the game. I'm just saying, maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid too much and I'm feeling too confident, but I'm trying to stay level-headed here. And think of the optics of you're up 2-0. You have a legit coach behind the bench that knows what he's doing. And if you do blow this, heads have to roll. It is just that simple. So good on the Rangers. Good on Igor for standing tall towards the end. His save percentage does not show how good he played this game. But that's really all I got to mention with this game. So leave a like if you haven't. Subscribe. Turn on your notifications. And I will get to the chat in just a moment to see what you guys have to say about this hockey game, which I expect it to be a lot about the officials. I expect it to be a lot about the sloppy play from this team as well at times, which, again, I'm not thrilled with, but It's the hand you're dealt. And you got to be better. You just simply got to be better next game. And I think they will be. I do want to know, like, I can't find Laviolette post-game quotes. If anybody has, throw them in the chat for me, please. I would appreciate that. And I'm sorry that my voice doesn't sound the best for this. I lost my voice by the end of the first period. I won't even lie. Rebby plays and they win. Yeah. I agree with that. But I also agree with this, that him taking penalties was not good. Let's see what else there is. Listen, I think Gus had boneheaded penalties, but outside of that, I didn't despise his game. I thought Lindgren was the worst defenseman out of all of them. Like, on that goal that McMichael scored, nah. But that was also a bad line change, too. And yeah, the D-zone board play was not good, especially towards the end. Just in general, them moving the puck up the ice at the end of the game was just impossible, it felt like. And they were getting beat in every board battle, like you mentioned, beat at every loose puck. Need to be better. And I agree that the penalties made the game closer, but the Rangers also did play a little sloppy. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. I'm happy that they found a way to work around the sloppiness and win. But let's call a spade a spade. They were sloppy today. Simple as that. Panarin had that big hit, though. Yeah. I know Washington fans are whining about that needing to be a penalty, which it's like, oh, the irony with what Wilson does and what he did throughout the entirety of the game. Yeah, I agree. Happy they won. Shouldn't have been close. That's my attitude with it, Brennan. I think that's the attitude we all should have, where it's like, you want to see better, especially because you're the best team. This team shouldn't even be in the playoffs. My problem is that you look at the game and they didn't. You look at it as it is, and it's like they didn't play that badly, but at the same time, if they played a team like Carolina, who they're probably going to have to go against in round 2, assuming both teams move on, do you win a game like this? You know, that's just what it really comes down to. Yes, hit the like button if you haven't. Oh, and Goudreau passing on the breakaway. Oh my God. What is he doing? Not too worried. Didn't play our best and still won, clean up some of the rush chances and penalties. Mika played amazing tonight. And that was something that I talked about in the preview, is that they cannot let Washington play that style of game where they're cherry picking and creating their rush opportunities. And the Rangers didn't do a good job defending the neutral zone too at times. Yeah, laugh, sneaky, good game. I agree with that. I felt off the puck. That second line in general was good. Oh, yeah, that roughing call was stupid. And then there was another one later on that they should have called, but they didn't, where it should have been a roughing. I don't remember who it was on Washington that started roughing someone, but still. Yeah, I was at the game. That's why this is a late stream. So I apologize for that, especially if you're watching on replay, which I appreciate if you are, though. And I can't blame you for not watching at midnight right now on a now Wednesday, but Tuesday night. Looked upset in the press conference. I'll have to watch that after, but that makes sense. That I do agree with, though, as much as I raved about Schneider's play. Why is the camera not focusing? Yeah, he's got to do a better job there. Wore the Cardiac Rangers hoodie today. Very appropriate. If you want a Cardiac Rangers shirt, hoodie, whatever it is, link in the description. And I will say, if you're buying a Cardiac Rangers hoodie, I learned that they run smaller, so get a size up from what you normally wear with the Cardiac Rangers hoodies and shirts. Felt the pace of the game was giving the Rangers trouble between the weird pace of the cap, slower than occasionally kind of fast, and the awful calls all through the second period made it weird. I agree with that assessment entirely, Dominic. That's a really good comment. It's a really good comment. That, yeah, like there were times Washington played a quick game, and then there are times the Rangers just, or Washington didn't play as quick of a game, and the Rangers just kind of had a hard time trying to balance it. And the one thing I wish the Rangers did do more in the offensive zone was zip the puck better. I felt that some of their passes were a little slow at times. And yeah, the Rangers are the better team, easily. It's not even close. That's wild if that's what happened. That Gaudreau thought was a teammate. I don't constantly go after Lindgren. I don't constantly go after him. If he had an up and down game, it is what it is. And I'm not saying he even played horrible tonight. I'm just saying out of the defensive group, I felt he was lacking the most. But when he has a good game, I say it how it is. I can't stand Truba, but when he has a good game, I'll call it how it is. That's just how it is. Yeah, if this was against the Canes, probably a problem. That too, you cannot let Washington's crowd get in the game early. You cannot do it. Do I think Lindgren starts next game? I'm assuming you mean for Washington. Yeah, probably. Fox does not have any points, which is also interesting. That's got to change, you think, right? I agree with you, Joe. I agree with you, Joe. I got to bury them quickly. Bend them over. Bend them over. My camera is all sorts of out of whack today. I'm going to try covering it for a second and then uncovering. There you go. It helped out a bit. Get a little more focused. That pass from Zibanejad and the pass from Gaudreau on the short end of rushes were two completely polar opposites. Yeah, exactly, Luke. Yeah, you got to get the first goal, especially because you already know with the Charlie chance, if they score, we're going to be hearing about Igor. You think Gensel's going to come back to bite the Rangers? I hope not. As much as I drove the Gensel bus, now I'm rooting for him to suck. I can believe it, Dave. I honestly can believe it. That's the other reason why this is live so late. Is if you weren't watching Big Apple hockey, my train broke down in the middle of things, so that was fun. Yeah, I agree with that. Gensel's kind of been underwhelming for Carolina. Not that I've really watched the games because I'm too busy watching the Knicks just win basketball games because that's what they do. But yeah. Is that why all the trains were so delayed? I would say probably. Yeah. It was not fun. Watch both games. He did nothing. I'll take your word for it, Nick. And it looks like from the score sheet, even that he has not been as impactful as I thought he would be. All things considered. Preds up 3-1. Yeah, that's probably going to be a tied series after tonight. You had Florida win. Colorado ended up grabbing the win over Winnipeg, which is interesting. Georgiev ended up after a rough start bouncing back a bit. So there's that. One of Zibanejad's best games he plays, great against Washington sometimes. There was a regular season game years ago where he had multiple goals and stole the puck and scored on Holtby in the third to win it. Yeah. Something about Washington and Philly, it feels like with him, right? Hopefully he could just, put on the goggles next series if they, assuming the Rangers advance, that is, of course, because never never assume things, only makes an ass out of you and me. But yeah, I'll say that hopefully he could put on the goggles there and, pretend that he's playing against Philly or Washington. Why does the camera just keep going out of focus today? My goodness. But you think the Rangers get through Carolina not feeling good about it? Let's get through Washington first. That's what I'll say on that. To me, though, the only thing I will say is you look at Carolina, they're in close games against a team that they should be manhandling. It's the only thing I will say. And the Islanders choking a 3-goal lead. It's like, are we surprised? Are we surprised at all? Yeah, I agree that Wenberg needs to be a little more noticeable and impactful off of the puck. Yeah, Benoit Lair should get a friggin' statue built. Islanders should have won game one. They're beatable. Yeah, that's my point is like the Islanders could easily be up to nothing themselves right now, to be honest with you, but they just aren't a good hockey team. It's pretty much the same situation with Washington right now. Like, not entirely because Washington did they got dominated in game one. Why am I all over the place? They got dominated in game one, Washington. This game probably could have went to them, but the Rangers are just the better team. So they won the game. Just that scenario, to be honest with you. And the Canes could easily be 2-0 the other way in that series. But Carolina is the better team. So they won. I didn't even know that's why they called Louis Domingue up. That's actually really smart and makes a lot of sense. I didn't even think of that. You're right about that too. Like Gallant would never think of stuff like that. That's real. I love to hear that. I thought he was just up because it's like, all right, well, it's the playoffs. You want to have a third goalie in case, but to have them practice on a left-handed goalie, that would make sense. I think Rempe will stay in the lineup, Joe. I think he's going to stay. I don't think we got to worry about that. Oh, yeah, I love that hit from Bread. Yeah. And I know people are crying about it being a dirty hit, but we have not seen that from Panarin ever in a Ranger sweater, it feels like. To the point where I loved it. And Not just Tom Wilson with that, but the entire Washington team played so scared with Rempe getting ready to go in on the forecheck. Yeah, I'd like to see Edstrom too, but he's not going to play. Edstrom's probably not going to play, even though I would like him to. Like, who does he replace right now? You know, that's the only issue. Who is he replacing? Because that fourth line's been solid, to be honest with you. Like, even Goudreau's been solid. And I'm very anti Goudreau, but even he's been solid. VC, you guys know my feelings where I think he's a tad overrated by the fan base. He's been solid. Do I think Jones comes in for Gustafsson? No. Not going to happen. Laviolette has a more experienced coach compared to Gallant. You can tell how Laviolette coaches, and that's why, yet again, I question why people wanted a rookie coach. I just don't get it. This has been our best fourth line since the 2014 team, in my opinion. Listen, we can't disrespect my guy Tyler Mott like this, right? We're not going to go down that rabbit hole where we're going to disrespect the greatest player, to play the sport, Tyler Mott, right? It goes Tyler Mott, Wayne Gretzky in that order. Tyler Mott 1, Wayne Gretzky 2. But I will agree with your point, nonetheless. Yeah, I agree with that. That Wilson looks like a freaking wrecking ball out there compared to the rest of the team. Like that team does not look. I don't know. They're just not playing as physical as I thought they would outside of Wilson. But it also could just be that Wilson just stands out from the rest of the crowd. Can we talk about how their coach just casually publicly announces their approach because Laz asked him to? Are you talking about Washington or with Carberry, or are you talking about Laviolette with that? I think you're talking about Washington, but yeah, like that's what I was saying. That was so stupid. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? And that's another thing I said in the preview, in the pregame show today, is that even if the Rangers don't score first, I feel confident that they are going to win the game. Because they're just the better team. Wayne Gretzky wears Tyler Mott PJs to bed. You're not wrong. Mott walked so Gretzky could run. You guys get it. You guys get it. And yeah, Lafreniere looks better with Laviolette because there's actually a system. There's actually a system. Yeah, I agree. Oshie's been annoying me this series. Yeah, I'm still up. Only for a bit, though. I'm only going to be live for a couple more minutes here. I tend to keep the post games 30, 40 minutes. I might go longer, though. I can't even do the high pitched. I might tonight. But, Calvin Harris, there's a song called Slide where they say, I might. And that's just what that is. I'm trying to get the camera to focus if you don't know what I'm doing. But for game 3, there potentially will be a longer stream post game because I'll have my voice. Won't be as late unless it's a long overtime game. But at least I'll have my voice intact probably. Although I might be screaming from the sofa. I don't know. Get ready for a war on Friday. I hate that I have to wait. That we have to wait, I should say. I shouldn't say I. We, as a fan base, have to wait for an extra off day. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What section was I in? I was in the blue seats tonight. I forgot exactly which one. Oh, yeah, my brain's so cooked with the stupid references that we make. on streams here. Not just on streams. I make those stupid references in the group chat with Matt, Nick, Nico, all of them. You're in 217. Was that the section where the Washington fans got kicked out? Because I saw in I saw in one section a Washington fan got kicked out. Oh, is that section? That's hilarious. That is hilarious that it was that section because we were joining in from the blue seats, waving goodbye to them. That was so funny. No, I haven't sat on the Chase Bridge. I was at 213 tonight, or you were, I should say. I shouldn't say I was. Bad comment reading. Yeah, there was like more than 5 of them. There was like a whole group of them. I saw them in the back row, right? That was that row, that section. You're in 213. They'll start the asshole chant at the Washington fans that got kicked out. That was so funny. Because we joined in from the blue seats on that one. That is so funny. Although, how are you guys? Wait, were there more Washington fans? Because you said you were in 217. I would, and then someone else said they were in 213. Am I like just blanking on the Garden right now? Although you might have just been near the section. Whoever was in 217, because I think it was 213 where it happened, or 214, whatever it was. But that was funny. That was hilarious to me. Yeah, I would like to see Truba be a bit more physical. We saw it at points in this game, though. Blue seats were above, yeah. Okay, then yeah. It was a section to your right, yeah. Yeah, okay. So we all saw the same thing. That entire half of the Garden saw the same thing. That's funny. That was so funny. That entire debacle. I want to know exactly what happened with that because I don't even know what got that guy thrown out. Yeah, I'm glad the Rangers got rid of McElrath. The kick them out chant sent me. I didn't even hear that. That's hilarious. How'd I like the defensive game today? I liked it in the first period. I thought the second period it was solid. Third period, not really. Oh, the second period was up and down. In general, though, this game was not even played 5v5 a lot. Put McKagan game 3. Could be a good option. Could be a very good option. My camera just keeps losing focus. They're setting up, causing a scene, yelling at Ranger fans. So, of course, we start yelling at them to sit down. They sit and stand up again. We yell again. And they kept yelling back at us. That's so funny. People. Some people are just nuts. Like, are you those Washington fans? I have a question if they're watching this by any chance. I doubt they are, but by the small chance they are. Are you stupid? Like, why would you come in the building and antagonize this fan base? Like, how stupid do you have to be to try and pick fights with this fan base? Like, you're a moron. You're so stupid for that. I don't even know. But I am going to wrap things up here. I do apologize for keeping it short And yeah, they picked picking the wrong fan base to pick a fight with. But thank you guys so much for watching tonight. I do appreciate it. Sorry for keeping it short and all that. Leave a like though if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live next. And I'll see you guys in the next one.